Good, namaste. How are you all? Good. So, today we're going to practice Arohan and Awarohan, the upward field of energy and the downward field of energy. Ascending and descending is the meaning of it. And if one could see deeper, one would be able to see energetic fields. And the rishis, the seers of yoga, learned how to do that. As I've told you, I think in the last 3 weeks, it's the opening of ajna, which triggers pituitary, triggers pineal gland, more or less in those regions. And the pineal gland allows you to get this vision of electromagnetic fields, a different vision that our eyes usually aren't accustomed to seeing. An auric field, different energetic fields, which we know are in our body and passing through us, but we don't really know where they are, and we don't really know how to access them. And the rishis tuned to them and handed down certain flows of energy for us to practice. And at the front of each chakra and the back of each chakra, it's called the front gate and the back gate. And they're affected by the inhalation, prana lifting through you. There's thousands of these electromagnetic fields through us. And when we put our attention to one, that's where it will draw the energy through. So Scott has a very nice picture to show you. Scott, if you can just show that for me, please. Oh, there we go. So, you see that, those, like I think, what are they called? Not a lava ball, I've forgotten the name. Plasma ball. And all these electromagnetic fields are going to it. And then you put your finger on one spot and the energy focuses to that area. So, in the same way, have you all played with that? I hope so. I used to have one. Lynn Shafron gave me a ball once and I had it in the studio. I lost it in the move. I have to find a new one to show you. Because it's just so amazing. It brings it to the foreground of our seeing. Thank you, Scotty. We can go back now. Thanks. So, when we put our attention to different points and feel the energy moving around our system, we can actually bring about balance into our system. You could also bring chaos into your system if you do the wrong thing. And the right thing for you is also necessary. But Arohan and Awarohan is one of the very safe things to do. And it's so simple. You just put your attention to the passage. It starts in mula, the root, moves to the pubic bone, up the front passage to jugular notch, straight through from jugular notch to the back top fontanelle, bindu, that's called, to Brahmarandra, top fontanelle, and into the middle of the brain. From ajna, from that area of ajna, as you exhale back to the C7, and down the back of your body, it goes down, 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 and then it synchronizes so precisely with your breath that as your abdomen starts to pull in to really get the apana pushing toxins out of you, the sacrum when you inhale, tilts, and when you exhale, it's called notates and counter-notates. Subtle. But on the notation of the sacrum, brings the energy into the front passage, up, around, and into ajna. Then on the exhale, goes down the back, belly pulls in, the counter notation of the sacrum happens, tilts, the tailbone turns a bit forward, and the energy comes back. It opens that little doorway for it to come back to mula, to the root. I mean, this is phenomenal. When you inhale, even the inhalation was, in some older texts, they used to call it the inspiration science, right? How did they get there? The inspiration, it's what moves us and inspires us, it's rajas. And the back passage, I don't think the scientists have exhalation, I don't think they have another word for it, but is where the exhale, the energy goes down the back passage and back down to the root. So it's kind of amazing. Tamas is the back and Rajas is the front. And you can at any point during the day rebalance yourself. Rebalance yourself before you view anything in life. So easy, just down to the back, let your vision fall on it, and review. The way you view life and the decisions you make will be drastically different. Unless you're living in sattva guna a lot of the time and have practiced with me for a while, that nadi should be strong enough to lead you through. But, I do it, it's a breath. Look. Pause a bit, then. And feel yourself back at the root. And when you're at the root in life, come down, feel it strong. Just let the breath take a normal, don't try and let all the energy flows flow normally, like the lamp, the plasma lamp. And then let your vision look back and look at things. And you'll find you'll respond and not react to things in life. Such a simple, beautiful technique. In that lamp, it's filled with gases. I know one of there's two of them. One is neon. I've forgotten which the other is. And it makes the electrical current when you touch the glass bowl. It creates the ions to make a current. That's what makes it go across. So just like in a neon light, what creates the light to glow is the flux that constantly is there. Once you turn the power on, there's these two currents, and the grass does exactly the same thing, but it becomes a strong glow. To me, that's kind of like amazing, because anytime we stop that mental flux, that buzz that's going on between the two polarities, you all know what I'm talking, a neon light, you know that? There's long tubes, right? That flicker in offices. You can't see it, that's not healthy. That's how it works. And so, if you can turn the switch off, that the flux, that buzz, that constant buzz stops, you're going to see beyond what your senses are showing you in life. You're going to see your karma. You're going to start to see why you're here and what these little petty things in life that are going on that seem so meaningless are really about, because you're getting the full big picture. So you have the switches. Nadi Shurana switches the flux off and lets your consciousness come in. Really remarkable. These tools, 6,000 years ago, how? Because their pineal gland was opened. And they could see by drishti and just coming out of it. You could see glows, you can feel energy. It's amazing. I see a few of us, of our people, I've taught Marma, Chikitsa, and it's all about that. And it's all about feeling where the energy flows in your body and finding these passages and releasing the blockages that are in your fascia and your muscles. It's kind of like all of it is just remarkable. Arohan and Awarohan. If you want to meditate from it, it requires feeling the pause at each end. And then just sitting in the pause and feeling the light and feeling like you've opened, just like your finger to the lamp, you've opened the passage from top fontanelle to the root. And you go down the back passage, back down to the root, and you feel the root. That's why it's called mula. It's like this power pivotal point in your being. And you go back to it. And when you're in mula, and you feel solid at that point, and you look at things, there's such a different way of seeing again. Grounded and solid. Not to the your vrittis aren't going all over. The flux is controlled and directed by mula. Are there any questions, please, regarding this? It's quite an interesting topic.
Alan,
Yes.
are you saying there's a pause at the mula also? I missed
Yes.
that. Okay.
Yes. So you pause at mula and you just feel your strength. Then you feel the need for another breath. And sometimes you don't want to do Arohan and Awarohan in a repetitive manner, like a gym class. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. Right? You want to feel Arohan, Awarohan, pause. If you need to pause, because you're there, pause. And in that pause, feel what happens. Shakti Chilani Mudra is one of the most beautiful feelings in your body. Of course, they did it with a snake, but you can do it like a stem of a flower, or you can even not have any of the visuals. The visual of Shakti Chilani Mudra is energy coming up, a snake lifting up through each chakra, and at Ajna opens its mouth and there's a ball of light. Oof! The snake is quite spicy. right? Especially if you don't like snakes. But none of the visuals were even necessary. Just feel. Once you get to the root, Brahmanadi opens. That's why I keep wanting to get these Sanskrit terms. Brahmanadi, it's that chord of Brahma, of unbound, intelligent manifesting into you. Do you even realize that when you were created from an energy spark between electromagnetic energy between two beings? That's what attracts the soul into the mix, besides the mechanical scientific part. Although eventually one day I think they'll recognize electromagnetic energy and be able to find it. But that spark creates the mind, manas, and atman to develop from two beings. And here we are from that moment. So, if you please learn to feel this, learn the pause on each end. Feel the movement up. Feel the brain open. And get beyond your thoughts. Come on, it happens to all of us. You get there and you're busy and you've got something on the go. I've got things to do. Right? Very busy. I've got things to do today. Well, you can fool yourself a lot of the time. But you are fooling yourself when you have things to do. That you can't meditate. No, go inside. Feel. Get beyond the things. Even the little judgments of your own brain that says to you, is this really here? I've got important things, my life. Yeah, got to get my passport fixed. It's all Maya. Your emotions are Maya. Mine too. But they seem very real when they're there. At that moment, when Shakti moves back to Shiva, let it happen. Let it go. Don't be scared. You'll bubble through into truth.